Hi guys, this is George from Pageant Empress. I have the exclusive interview with the first Miss Universe Thailand contestant, Ginger, also known as Chutikarn, Miss Universe Thailand from Surat Thani. People who may not know much about you, just a small introduction about who you are and what is going on with the Miss Universe Thailand, because we have so many contestants, we have like 77 contestants.
So my name is Ginger Chutikarn Suwannakote and I am Miss Universe Surat Thani 2025. And a lot of beauty pageant fans may know me as like Miss Fabulous Thailand or Miss Fabulous International. And I used to run for Miss Universe Thailand 2020 top 30 and also Miss Universe Thailand top 15 in 2021. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I remember you won the international title. Was it Ryan? I forgot his name. The director for Miss Fab.
Brian Sun. Yes.
It was so dramatic. He came from like the ceiling. It was like an angel wing. It was like, right over the top. How was that experience? Right. And you won the international titles.
It was so fun. I mean, like this beauty pageantry is kind of different like than others because it's a reality show and you get to show all your skills, your potentials from like video shooting, commercial shooting, and there will still be something that has to do with beauty pageantry, for example, like final question, the walking and stuff. And it was such a great experience for me to do because you know, you get to be yourself, really. You don't have to like act that much or something like that. And it was my first time. And it was also Brenton's first time to do this beauty pageantry. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes, and congratulations to you for being the first historical international, Miss Fabulous International, and also giving the crown home to Thailand, right? So hopefully, fingers crossed, when you win Miss Universe Thailand, you could be the third Thai Miss Universe from a country. Okay, let's go to some icebreaker questions. These are very quick. I just want one answer, so I'll give you two options.
Okay.
So, very quick ones, okay? So, do you prefer wearing high heels or sneakers?
Oh, high heels.
High heels? That's quite tough, right? To standing like high heels the whole day. Do you prefer to go, would you rather go to, I know it might be quite obvious because you're from Surat Thani, but would you rather go to a beach or go uphill to the mountains?
Beach, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, is it Surat Thani? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Was White Lotus in Surat Thani or was it a different place?
Surat Thani and Phuket. The White Lotus was filmed on Koh Samui. Yeah, and some scenes were shot in Phuket.
It was absolutely beautiful. I watched. Did you watch it? Lisa was there also, one of the characters.
I did, of course, because I was featured in the series as well.
Oh, right. There we go.
Yes.
Give you cameo, obviously. So you can also promote about your hometown, Surat Thani, through the White Lotus. It was fabulous. I loved it. Did you get to experience the hotel by any chance, or like where did you shoot?
No, actually, my scene was shot or filmed in Phuket, and I was just like featured in some scenes. I was not the main character, even though like I went casting for the main character, which is Chloe in the series. Yeah, and then I got later on like another role. At first, when I went casting, I didn't even know it was the White Lotus. I was just like some drama on Facebook. Yeah. And then I realized when I was in there already, I was like, this is the White Lotus. Why? No one told me about this.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most watched American TV show out there, which it has like global audience. So this is a great breakthrough for you to get into acting. So hopefully we see more of acting roles from you in the upcoming days.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood. What do you think?
I hope so. Actually, this is the third time that I went casting for American series. And like this year, at the beginning of like this year, I went casting for an Apple TV Plus series as well. And another one is just like South Korean series. Yeah.
That's exciting. Hopefully you get those jobs and we get to see more acting roles in the coming years. Okay, so let's go to the third one. So the question is, do you like glam makeup or a natural, like no makeup?
For my daily life, I would go for like natural, no makeup.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You already have a beautiful skin, so like, sure, natural glow. What do you have? Okay, this is a tough one. Crown or a sash? If you could only wear one thing, which would you prefer, the sash or the crown?
I think like sash. for me because I think that to be a queen or to be a winner is about your personality, the way that you act, the way that you speak is not about like the crown that you're wearing. It's very objective, but it's inside. So just wearing a sash so that people would know who you are, I think that's enough for me.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also you wearing the Thailand sash would mean so much since Thailand is the host country for the 74th edition of Miss Universe. It would mean so much, right? Just to have the sash.
Yes.
You can see it, you Miss Thailand. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Which is your favorite part of the beauty pageant? Swimsuit or evening gown?
Oh, I love swimsuit because it's more fun, you know.
Showcase the body. Why not?
Yeah, sure. And it's just like the moves, like you're dancing and stuff like that. It's more fun.
So this is probably quite tough since you're Thai. So would you prefer, this is just to represent your personality. It's not about like, do you prefer eating this? Do you like spicy somtam or sweet mango sticky rice? So how would you describe your personality between those two? It's tough.
Spicy somtam, of course. Spicy somtam.
Yes.
All the way. All the way. I love.
And it was quite a tough one because the entire people love both. It's like a national dish. Everyone eats that. So yeah. How would you express yourself? Where would you express yourself best, I should say? Through TikTok best or through Instagram? Which social
Instagram, of course. Instagram. I mean, like, I gotta admit that I'm still weak at TikTok. I'm still learning right now, but it's a very like growing fast pace, you know, platform. You know, but I prefer Instagram because you can post like photos and it's more glam, you know, more mysterious, and you don't have to try so much.
Yeah. Yeah, but just get used to some TikTok because I'm sure, you know, through MUT there will be some like live stream that you have to do through.
Very important.
Just get used to it. Yeah. The 8th one. I mean, you might pick both, but would you prefer? Which one would you rather pick? If they had a talent competition, I don't know if there is one, but in case there is one in MUT, singing in front of a huge crowd or dancing on the stage, which would you prefer?
Of course. I mean, like a lot of people say that my voice is good and that I can sing, but the reality is that I cannot sing at all. You know, it could be a nightmare for the audience.
Dancing then.
Yeah, dancing. I mean, like I'm good at dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. Like I tried to do some singing, but the best for me is karaoke. That's the best stage for me. I will not go further than that. Yeah. So which Thai festival do you prefer or do you love between Loi Krathong and Songkran? Between those two?
Oh, wow. Oh my God. This is so hard for me because I love both. I would choose Loi Krathong. Yeah, Loi Krathong in Chiang Mai in Chiang Mai especially because I love the cultures and it's very diverse here in Thailand when it comes to like Loi Krathong or Songkran. In Chiang Mai, there would be like so many lanterns, you know, up in the sky, even though it's bad for the air pollution. But right now, but we have the policies, but you know, in the restricted area, it's so beautiful and it tells a lot about, you know, the historical culture and story. So I prefer that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you also be dry though, because, you know, during Songkran, people just splash water at your face. Even people do not look like strangers. So that could be quite dangerous. Yeah. Okay. The last one for the icebreakers. You're doing pretty well, by the way. You're doing really well. So the last one is win the crown or win the hearts of the people. Which matters to you the most between these two?
Of course, winning the hearts of the people. I mean, like if you win the crown, but you cannot win the people's hearts, and it means nothing because the essence of being a beauty queen is about like communicating with the people, advocating social issues. So winning people's hearts is absolute the most important thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to our more serious questions. I will not be too tough. This is not the closed interview of the Miss Universe, but this is more about like getting to know who you are.
It's close to that for me.
Very, very close, but not as tough. So, okay, I have it's not in the list, but how did you went with the name Ginger? Because your name, I was finding it's quite interesting. Oh, so it is your name.
Yes.
Okay, I thought because a lot of Thai people have unique names. That is nothing to do with the real name. So, okay, that's cute.
Yes. Yeah, so like I think like let's go for like Ginger. Maybe like people could recognize you more, you know.
That was a good strategy. It's definitely, it made it stand out because I was like, Ginger, that is such a rare name for a person.
Wow, right?
Yeah. For especially like Westerners, they're like, but what? Like, why is your name Ginger? But like, that's a great
Yeah.
explanation. Okay, so
Yeah.
looking back on your childhood, where did you grow up, and how would you describe your younger Ginger? Like, how were you as a child?
Okay, so like I grew up in Nonthaburi. Nonthaburi is just like a city that's close to Bangkok. I grew up in a family that is not really rich. My family is just like lower middle class, and I went to public school since I was young up until like I went to university. Everything that the reason that I am able to speak English like this is just like I learned myself. I learned by myself through books, like grammar books, listening to music. I was like a big fan of Justin Bieber, by the way, back then. That was the reason why. Yeah. And I was the leader of so many activities when I was in school. For example, like I was the leader of a Thai instrument band, and I was like picked for provincial competitions for academic fields, for example, like math, social, blah, blah, blah. And also, I really love doing activities, but I am a very shy ginger inside back then. So it was all contradictory, I know, right? To be here. And yeah, I mean, like I fought so many things. I worked since I was young because I want to like make money on my own because my family could not afford everything that I want. Even though, like, one time when I was in high school, I got a scholarship to go to Germany for a language course for 3 weeks. But then, I mean, at first it was a fully funded scholarship, but there were like 3 candidates, and the Goethe Institute want us all to go. So I needed to pay the ticket by myself. So I just like work myself to afford the tickets and stuff like that. Yeah, my life was not easy up until now. I just like think socioeconomic empowerment is really important. So that is one of the goals why I am running for Miss Universe Thailand this year.
Oh, that's great. So you had the opportunity to go to Germany, right?
Yeah, it was a 3-week course
Sorry,
in
3 weeks.
Germany, in Hamburg. Yeah, in St. Peter-Ording. So, like when I was in high school, my major back then was English and German. So I went there for learning, of course, like German fundamental with like international students from like the Philippines and from India as well. So I got to learn how to speak German all the time because I could not speak other languages. It was the rule. So I get to improve my language very quickly. I got to see the cultures that have never faced before because it was my first time going to to Europe. And yeah, I foster so many like leadership skills and communication skills, how to adopt with people and stuff like that. It was so memorable for me. It's a lifetime change,
That's good. So you had a great experience. Because the reason I asked the question is like my family, we moved around quite often. Like I was born in Hong Kong. Yeah. I'm ethnically Nepalese, so like I'm South Asian. But my family moved around. So I grew up in London since I was 12. So that's why I asked like how was the experience? Because I know like Europe is completely different than Thailand, right? The lifestyle, the climate, it's not more chilly, like more cooler. That's how I was like, how was it compared to it's so hot?
I think when it comes to like the weather, of course, like, it was so hard for me to adjust because I didn't know how should I pack, what should I bring? I went there around like May, it was like the transition between like the chilly weather to like a spring, something like that. So I enjoyed it. I mean, it was not suffering for me. I really loved it, and I wish that I could stay longer because everything was like
with the title, you could get to travel around the world with Miss Universe Thailand. So yeah.
I hope so, and I wish.
Yeah.
The thing that I love the most is just like the lifestyle of the people because, in Thailand, people love watching TVs and stick to their phones. When we want to like spend our free time, we go to the malls. We go coupling, like eating out, stuff like that. But in Germany, that I experienced back then was just like everyday life is not about abstract. It's not about objects, but it's about how we live the life. You know, like you go to the park, walking the dog, talk to your neighbors and stuff like that. I really love that point, and I really wish that Thailand had that point. But we have to understand that Thailand is still like the third country, and we are trying to develop countries to that point. So I really hope that one day, even though our weather is not that good yet, there will be
Yeah,
more
not that
places
suitable,
for us.
but yes, I understand.
Yeah, more places or activities from the government that
Yeah.
offer us to live the life as a human, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities in Europe, but also I'll also give a lot of props to Thailand because a lot of Europeans do move to Thailand. I mean, like I'm one of them, so like there's a lot of beauty that the grass is always greener on the other side. So hopefully in the future could get to travel more. So in what ways has your lifestyle or your upbringing influenced you to be the strong, dedicated, determined woman that you have become today?
It could be like my life experiences as I got to go through so many things. I mean, I have been going through so many things as a human, as a person, as a woman, that whatever you can name. And everything that I have faced, both good and bad, I mean, it fostered me to become who I am today. I mean, I failed so many times that I almost gave up, but I am still here talking to you. So it could be one of the reasons why, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It is really real. And I just hope that everything will get better, and I am living the life, not only just for me, but for my family, for the people around me. And the way that I see life is, I just want to take it as a privilege, even though I am not born into a rich family or a healthy lifestyle. But I think that is one of the strengths that not so many people experience, because I got more immunity to live the life, to see the world, to be able to manage the crisis in my personal life. And that is one of the reasons that I can go more and, beyond the dreams in my life. So that's all that I can say.
Yeah, and you could inspire the people through your own life story. You could aspire the girls, because I'm sure there are a lot of young Thai girls who are looking up to you as a role model. So you could share your story through the Miss Universe stage. So talking a little bit about the Miss Universe Surat Thani, right? So you won the local pageant. You're representing the beautiful southern province. What inspired you to join this particular province? Because you said you're from Nonthaburi, which is more like central Thailand, like next to Bangkok. So why this province particularly? Yeah. Was there any reason behind it? Yeah.
Okay, so Surat Thani is a big city, to be honest. I mean, like both for economic, and both for tourism. And Thai people will recognize Surat Thani. I think that Surat Thani could like bring more opportunities for me to advocate for them, not only just for like tourism side, but also for like cultural sides and stuff like that. Because I think provincial competitions in beauty pageantry, there is one big benefit to it. It's just like how we can advocate the local community to be well known in like in global society. And I just want to run for Surat Thani, and especially I have a link between myself and Surat Thani, which was the White Lotus, and which is like the collective pride. And I just want to work for Surat Thani, and I think the Got Samui, Got Phangan, and so many got around there, and with like the local authorities, that would be so much power for me to advocate something for Surat Thani and for the local people. That is just the reason.
It makes sense. You already had a connection with this beautiful island, well, not island per se, but like they have different islands in this province also, which is also connected to the mainland Thailand. That is beautiful. And I think people should definitely visit. If you have not been to Thailand, it is definitely one of the most must-see locations. It's absolutely stunning. By the way, if I'm not wrong, your local pageant had, is that right? Or 7 winners? I forgot. You had like a bunch of girls from different provinces.
Yes.
So did you have the advantage of getting to know, let's see, your competitors before joining Miss Universe Thailand? Because you had like, I think, 6 different provinces.
Oh, if I'm not 6 provinces. Yeah. The previous competition that I went to, like there were 6 provinces at once. So like there were like 30 girls, 30 women competing with each other. At first we register for each province, like for example, I registered for Miss Universe Trang at first, and then there was like a rule of change from the provincial director and from Kunawat as well, that if you make it to like top 18, then we're going to reset to zero, back to square one. So it means that every girl who made it to the top 18 can win any crowns, because they think that everyone has potentials. And if we just like, be strict only just with one province, then it will mean that other girls or other women will miss the opportunity to win the crown and make it to at the national level. So I think it makes sense, because, you have to like differentiate and like separate provinces at first, because we have like sponsor from like local community as well, so that we can work better and more efficient. But now that everyone can win any crowns, I think it's also, like potentially makes sense, because we can go to the national stage together and just like make a difference for each provinces.
Right.
Yeah.
You have like sisterhood, right? Since so you alongside you, the five other sisters, you already got to know them a bit better than, let's say, your 77 other contestants. So that's, I think that you have an advantage. You're directing very smart to get like 6 provinces at once. Which personal value means the most to you, and why is it so important?
The society expects you to be. It's not about like the social norms, but it's about you from within. How you accept your flaws. How do you accept your background? How you accept you as a human living lives? Because, people are not perfect. There is nothing in the whole world that is perfect, but you are real. So you should be proud of yourself, of like what you achieve, what you succeed. And also at the same time, you should be proud of the mistakes that you made, because everything at the end, they foster you to become you. And you are here, you're living your life. It's not the final day of your life yet. So it means that you can do better each day. I mean, like day by day. And I believe that there is no such thing as like the best, as long as you still breathe. So keep going. This is the dignity that you can have. Accept yourself first before you let others accept you. And that's the most important thing, the most important value that I see in life. Yes.
Yes, I think we should have first accepting who we are, because as humans, none of us are perfect, because like the perfect is boring. It's like AI, and even AI makes mistakes. I don't know if you have used like ChatGPT or like, other like AI softwares. They make mistakes too. It just needs a human touch. It needs us to give them personality. So it means that we as individuals, we have so much power over technologies. Even though there is so much advancement, innovations, we still have the upper hand. So we have to focus, make sure we're doing our best. And what he said is absolutely beautiful, by the way, about accepting our flaws. So let's say, okay, I'm Miss, let's pretend role play. And I say the new Miss Universe Thailand is Surat Thani. So you win the crown.
Oh.
What is the first thing you're going to do as the reigning Miss Universe Thailand?
There are so many things in our society or like in our world that we can advocate or make a change. But we cannot deny that in capitalism world, we need funds to make the changes happen. The first night that I was crowned is just like utilize the resource to education. For example, we cannot just like wait around for the government to do the right things, because it's just red tape process, stuff like that. I can use the resources. For example, I can create a Saturday school or Sunday school for like those children in need. And I can say this because when I was in university, I used to do a project for local provinces and rural areas of Thailand. There are so many like students out there who just crave for like the right and the quality education out there. And I believe that the education will make a human learn more and be able to be really like who you want to be. So the education, or maybe I think about like the orphanage, foundations, because they don't have the privileges to live the life like we all do, because we are not them, right? So to be able to use the resource to get the connections, people who are from like so many different fields, for example, makeup artists, fashion, academic fields or whatsoever, use their experiences and digest the experiences that you have as a privilege for these orphanage children in the school, so that they can enlighten themselves and, oh, actually in this world there are so many possibilities that they can be apart from like the way that they are right now. So there's so many projects that I can do and with the organization. So the resources are the most important things. And I believe Mr. Nawat and Kun Teresa are open up for other foundations.
I think there's so much possibilities because there's, like I said, there's resources, there's so many connections that comes with Miss Universe Thailand. So after you win, I was thinking you're going to say like, maybe I'll just call my mum or like, call my family and just like, talk to them for like an hour. Because I don't know if they're still in like near Bangkok. So like, I was thinking maybe, but it makes sense, right? Like helping through social advocacy, social projects. Sure. Yeah. I think there's, especially outside of Bangkok, I think the quality of education is not as at the same quality compared to, let's say, because at the moment I'm in rural Thailand. I'm almost northern. I'm like in the middle of nowhere. So like I've noticed like children here, they do not have the best quality education, especially the one in the local government schools. And they always come to me like, they're like, hi, can you help me like teach them English words? And I was like, I'm already a teacher, but sure, why not? Like, if you want to like learn English. So like, I think there's so much possibility and potential in the Thai kids, because they want to learn. They have the willingness, like you said, they want to learn more about the future, but unfortunately they do not have the access to quality education. So hopefully it gets better, especially outside of Bangkok. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. This is very pageant question. In today's digital age, how do you cope with the pressure of social media, especially as a beauty queen, as there's so much judgment that comes with the stage of Miss Universe Thailand?
Try as much as we can to make like social media society as healthy as possible. It might sound like idealistic, but it's true because as a beauty queen myself, I get judged a lot. And it's just like the nature. Of course, it's a competition. There will be people judging you. There will be so many committees out there, in the world. So, but we will have to understand that hate speech or like some speech, some comments can really kill people, even though not physically, but mentally, yes. Sometimes I get drawn to comments that are negative, but then I have to drag myself back and just tell myself or like tell my girls that the way that people see you is just not every minute of your life. They see only like your mistakes and they just want to compare you to the ideal in their head. But that is not the definition of your value, your life. So we have to consume social media like mindfully and trying to like advocate. I myself, I used to advocate as well that, as the audience in this industry, you can judge. You can make a comment, it's your right, in democracy. But what about if we just made a comment or like the audience more like positive? For example, you give constructive comments, constructive advice so that the beauty queens or the candidates can like prove themselves to the right. And it's not just about like the mental health of the beauty queens, but it's going to improve the quality of the beauty pageantry society as well, as a healthy one. Because actually there's so many competitions out there, not only just beauty pageantry, there are sports, there are like politics and stuff like that. And every industry is so toxic. I don't want our industry to be toxic. What about like set an example that beauty pageantry is not only about beauty from the beauty queen, but is also about the beauty from our mind, the mindset of every stakeholder that has to do with beauty pageantry. Yes, beauty pageantry.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think being a beauty queen is about being a role model, inspiring many people, but also, I think the fans, I know that people can get so passionate about beauty queens, and sometimes when their favorites does not perform as the way they want, if they expected, they get a bit more toxic. Yeah. So I think we should use those energy, which is great, it's fantastic, but use it and apply it towards constructive criticism, like you said, which will help the beauty queen improve much more. And just give them advices. I think that's always good. And do not comment on someone you do not like, okay? Just comment on the one and support the girls you really like, because we have 77 beautiful, stunning contestants, and I think each of them are deserving of the title of Miss Universe Thailand. So just support the ones you really like, and just do not give the rest of the girls as same energy if you're not that fond of those girls.
Or just like constructive comment.
Correct, that's it. Constructive comments or criticism. to help you basically. So, who has been your biggest inspiration, and how has this person helped guide and shape your personal growth? So, tell me about your biggest inspiration.
There is a woman in the Congress of the United States named AOZ. AOZ. Yes. I really look up to her because she is very bold. When it comes to politics, we have to understand that there is so much like black power or invisible hands. But she chooses to stand up for herself, like the things that she see personally, or like the dirty things in the council. She chooses to speak up, which is really, really dangerous for her life. Let's be honest when it comes to politics. And the way that she stands up for herself or like other women in the Congress is just like beautiful and very inspiring. It's just like gives me the example and the thinking that if she's standing in a very risky place and she chose to speak up for herself, why not? Why not me? I mean, I can risk the well-being of my life as well if it takes something back in return, for example, the well-being of other girls or like other generations. And I am a spokesperson. I love to be the spokesperson because I believe that I am standing here, it's not just about like winning the crown and stuff like that, but I want to speak to make a change, of the mindset or like anything in our society, even though like it takes like drama in return, something like that. Because I believe that no matter what we do, no matter what we do in any industries, we should make something meaningful left behind. Even if you like pass away, but there will be some speech, like some changes that you can make to happen. It can make like happiness to happen for others' lives or like make this life more meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah. I think every one of us human, we have a purpose. There's a reason we are born on this planet Earth. And if you can leave a lasting impact, whether it's through philanthropy, the social work or any influence or imprint that we have done, I think we could leave a lasting legacy. Even after we pass away, like, Mother Teresa, there's so many incredible human beings who have already done incredible work, right? It's like, when they realize, I think that there's so much potential. So yeah, why not?
Yes.
Sure. I agree with you. So as we know that Miss Universe Thailand is known as for its high standards. It's one of the best, I'll probably even say it's one of the best beauty pageants in Thailand right now. It has a fierce competition. So how have you prepared yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally when it comes to the new era of the Miss Universe Thailand pageant?
Is to understand the game. The competition is just game. You have to understand the rules. So like the new era, as we all know, we have to go on live and sell the products of MGI or the sponsors. You will have to accept this rule first, that you have to go on live. Because if you don't accept the rules, then you will force yourself to do it. And then you will not enjoy, any minutes of your life. And just like, think on positive side. For example, I think like going on live is also good for you because like you can gain like the fan base, and just like expose yourself more to the public so that people can understand and get to know you more, like of your identity and what you advocate or like, your personality, which is good. And another side, I think like selling products on like TikTok live is also a skill that you can learn. It's just like a 1 month workshop, because we cannot deny that right now digital market is emerging. So if you like go on live, then you can gain skills, even though you don't want to learn it. You can come from like academic fields or like other fields, but to go on live, you can gain the skill, and maybe like in the future you can do like an online business and you can do that yourself. So it's a bonus, you don't have to start from square one, just like others. And of course, for physical health, you will have to prepare well, like exercise, sleep well, even though like you cannot really sleep well, because energy is really important when it comes to like performances or doing like sponsor activities. It requires a lot of energy each day. If you cannot like maintain like physical health that well, then you will not be able to focus and show the world your full potentials yet.
Yeah, and also TikTok Live could be fun. It's a really great outlet to communicate and get to know your fans too, because there's a live comment section, right? There's always like asking questions, want to know a little bit more about who you are. So I think it's very interactive. It could be fun. Like it doesn't have to be all about like sell. Like it's not about that. It's just about like talking to people, building that emotional intelligence, and also talking to get to know the fan base. And I think that's a great outlet. It's 1 month. So yeah. Have you done a TikTok live stream, by the way? Like not really selling the
Yeah.
product, but like just normal TikTok live.
It's both things. I mean, like both normal and selling. I have already done that like for 3 days now.
Right. How was that experience? Like, are you enjoying it? It's part of the
Oh my god! I never thought that I would enjoy this like that much,
Right.
but I really do because like there are so many people like coming, talking to me, it seems like I'm talking to myself in the phone.
Yeah.
But actually, like, yeah. I love like answering questions, and people know that I love answering questions,
You're very
get
good at
asked.
communication skills. I don't know if you saw my poll
Oh,
I
thank
did. You are like the number one at the moment in terms of like communication skills. Okay. I'm just like so happy and I find it fascinating because you see you didn't have the greatest quality education. You said you were more in the lower economic background, so I thought it's
Yeah.
such an inspiration to all the girls out there. You couldn't come from any background and you could still be a
Yeah.
fantastic speaker like you are. So like you have
Thank
that
you.
confidence. I think a lot of girls should watch you and see your performance, like how you're talking, how you expressing yourself, because you're a great individual in terms of Q&A.
So thank you so.
If you were to write an autobiography book about your personal life, what would be the title for it and why?
Wow, it's very interesting because this is very creative. I could say that I would name the title as Untearable Feather. I metaphize myself as a feather who just goes everywhere and just weaving, in the air,
Yes.
up and down. It's just like the way my life is. But it is untearable because you have proof, you have immunity, and I never break, I never give up, regardless of high or lows that I experience. Yeah, just
That's
like
good.
that. Easy.
Yeah, that's a good title. And like I'm someone who like writes like some. I mean, I'm not a professional writer, but I do like to like write my own like journal.
Oh,
Like, make sure like I write
that's
some books. So, like
nice.
yeah, like I'm always fascinated about people, especially who write about their own personal story. How do they come up with those titles? Because it takes a while to write books, especially about your personal life. So like I was just kind of fascinated to know about you. And
Oh, that's why.
that's a great title. So where do you see yourself, Ginger, in the next 10 years? So let's say, we're in 2025, in 2035. Where do you see yourself 10 years down in the future?
I will be happy in my life in every aspect. I will be working, for myself, owning a legacy of businesses, and at the same time, am the front runner of the social foundations for society. And the foundations with the S is that I will do at least like 3 foundations that I can think of in my head right now. For example, like educational foundation for those who cannot access to privileges, and the second one would be agriculturalism, foundation, because our GDP in Thailand mostly comes from like tourism and agriculturalism. So I just want to support the farmers. They can go bigger and better. So I can do that as a social enterprise and a foundation. And the third one is orphanage, because I really believe in the opportunities and experiences. And I just, I this is the only time that I live my life. And I want them to experience the best that they can experience as only one time in their lives as well. Yeah.
I think those are fantastic 3 different areas that you covered, especially about the sustainable farming, because I think Thailand has so much land. Like it is insane how much land there is, and the landscape is so different depending on the region you've been. Like I'm sure you have been to like different regions. They have like north, eastern, like northeast, central, and of course south. And every place is so different. I love the diversity of the landscape of Thailand. It's so different. Like the northern Thailand is like a rainforest. There's literally like forests and mountains, like you said, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, and the south is like beaches, like sandy beaches. It doesn't feel like the same country. So like the farmers are the backbone of the country. So like you said, I'm really into supporting local farmers and local products, which I think Thailand is doing pretty well. Was it like OTOP? I forgot. There's a name for it done by the government, which supports like the local products of Thailand. I forgot the name. It's like OTOP.
OTOP. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
uh,
I think they're doing really well supporting local, the
yes,
products.
yes.
Yeah, because in the UK we don't have that. Like most of the
Oh,
products we
really?
get are exported from abroad, so we don't have that same kind of
Wow.
yeah. So hopefully the British government will support.
Geography, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and we don't have
Yeah,
great
yeah.
soil to have agriculture as well. We only have
I
like
see.
potatoes. That's the best food we can get.
That is,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is. I mean, like for me, I think like this is very beneficial for Thailand, and I think we can do better. To support of the farmers or like to utilize our lands, our geography, not only just like for tourism, but for like exporting stuff like that. And right now at Miss Universe Thailand 2025, we got sponsored by the Bank of Agriculturalism of Thailand. So yeah, the beauty queens from 77 provinces, we get to like promote local products, which is like really great. I mean, it's not about stimulating the local economy, but it's also like creating the mutual heartwarming like support, for them to like keep going and to be proud of what they do, because they are exactly the backbone of a country. Yeah.
And also someone who lives in rural Thailand, I've seen the lifestyle is complete. There's a huge contrast between a Bangkok
Yes.
person and someone who
Of
lives like in like the northern Thailand, which is more,
yeah.
like you said, and heavily based in agriculture. There's like a lot of farmers with
Yes.
like interesting hats I've never seen, like straw hats, and like they have like tractors. It's very different to what I'm used to. So you speak really good English, right? And this is not meant to say that Thai people are bad at English,
I
but
know, I
you know,
know.
you're
Thank
speaking
you. Thank
incredible. Like someone who lives in Thailand, people will know it's very difficult to communicate in English. You
you.
have to
Yeah.
learn Thai. How did you learn English? So like your fluency level in English is, I would say, like 95 to like 100. It's like extreme, almost the
Oh,
same level as a native speaker. So how did you learn English so well? And how would you help other people who are in this program or they're in this personal journey to improve the English learning or English speaking skills?
okay, sure. Two questions. So, like, I started off by reading grammar books because I am OCD, when it comes to learning. I gotta learn by myself. And that is the best. So, like, I start from like reading grammar books because if we know the structure, then we can like play around with so many like different sentences that you can create by your own, because like Thai education system, we are forced to like just remember like lines by lines, but that's not how it works. So like I start from like creating my own sentences to writing my own sentences, and then start practicing speaking to myself, or like start speaking to my like foreigners friends or like foreign teachers. And of course, like listening to music is very easy because it's enjoyable. It's something that you can do anytime, because the music is just like the core of living for me. So you can learn like new vocabularies, new phrases from music, even though like some slangs, also like play an important part. And I think like one major thing is just like I study international relations in university, so I get to know like more terms of use, not terms we use, like academic words of choice, more about like wars, about politics that I cannot like read from nowhere. And I also like read articles, academic articles, or like read news from like BBC, CNN, Reuters, whatever that we can name, because it's another level of like vocabulary. So yeah, just, and for those who want to like learn English by yourself, like for Thai people, like all other countries in Southeast Asia, I recommend you to just start from something that you really love. Don't force it. Don't make it academic. Don't make it hard. Make it affordable. For example, like if you're interested in fashion, you can like Google articles and start reading in fashion, and just adopt like vocabulary that matches your interest, or you can start from like music. You can just like listen to music. But movie, I don't recommend for me. A lot of people start from like watching movies. For me, when I watch a movie, I want to enjoy like the whole story. You know what I'm talking about? If I pause it, then it's not continue. So music is the best. And don't forget to be confident when it comes to speaking, because you're not a native speaker, and language is just a tool of communication. It's not the definition of your life. It's not how you define if you're good enough or not. It's just a communication tool. So speak, speak with your friends, speak with native speakers, speak with yourself in the mirror. It just helps, Yeah.
I agree with you. And also someone like I said, I grew up in different places. So I had to learn a lot of languages. So it's all about your confidence. The clarity will improve gradually. The first thing, do not worry so much about vocabulary, the correct grammar, the sentence structure. That will improve maybe like a couple of months from now. But the most important thing at the moment is you need to have the confidence that say, you know what, I'm prepared. I can speak with the native speakers. And as long as the other person in the receiving end understands what you're trying to express through your words or your delivery, that is the most important thing. And afterwards, then you can gradually improve. And like you said, I think watching news helps. Like I grew up watching news. BBC is like go to obviously because I lived in London, so like that's quite accessible for me. So like as a child, I have been really fascinated about the current affairs, about politics, about the things happening outside of the UK, because we are a tiny island. We do not have much going on. So I heavily depended on things happening outside of the UK. So things happening in France, in Germany, in the US, even in Thailand. I learned about, like, I think Thailand has the most acceptance in Southeast Asia in terms of LGBTQIA plus community.
Yes.
With a huge trans community too. So I watched a documentary about the Ladyboys, if I'm not wrong. I hope that's okay. The trans community in Thailand when I was like a teenager. So I learned about and gradually I started dating a Thai guy because, awesome. So I fell in love with him, and now like 10 years later, I'm with him. We're still together, and hopefully, you never know, we might get married soon. So so I think it's all about learning, right? Like learning about different cultures. So
Yes.
Small antidote about me. So for you, as a proud Thai woman, what aspect of Thai culture would you like the rest of the world to know that you feel is at the moment not known as much about Thai culture?
Thai cultures, I think like we are very compromising. I mean, the culture is just like the lifestyle of the people, Thai people are very compromising. Even though like you might have beef with other people, but we can work together. We know how to just like, find the solutions to the conflict. And we love to negotiate. And I think this is the key quality or the key culture that most of the people in the world do not know. People think that, Thai people are kind, we are friendly, we are love to smile, but actually we just like very compromising, and that's why we just like accept many different cultures, or like when foreigners come to Thailand to travel, tourists, stuff like that, we are open to talk to you because I think that we take everyone as like friends. It might be something cliche because people might already know that Thai people are friendly, but
like one thing I noticed is that Thai people are very giving, even to strangers. Like, okay, I'll share you one incident that happened like very recently. It was raining heavily outside. I was at 7-Eleven, which is like the shopping place to get like your groceries or snacks. It was raining heavily. It was like storming, and I was trying to go outside. And the clerk, the person who works in 7-Eleven, offered me an umbrella. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I was so confused for a moment. And she was like, no, it's for you. And I was like, but you don't know if I'm going to come back. She was like, no, you're a regular customer. It's fine. So like, she gave me an umbrella because it was raining heavily. I was like, you don't see that happening in any other country. Like, they will actually give you and just out of your way to help other people. She did not have to do that for me because we're complete strangers, but she saw that I was, I was struggling because it was raining outside. She gave me her umbrella and I was like, yeah, you can take it and you can bring it back whenever you come back. I was like, that is so kind. Yeah.
Culture shock, right?
You will never see that happening in the UK. People think you're stealing my umbrella. Like, I'm not giving it. I was like, what? But in Thailand, they'll just give you things for free. I was like, without wanting anything in return. So I think that's so selfless and having such a great empathy. It's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, empathy.
Yeah. So the next question is about the pageantry. Going back to Miss Universe, as we all know, Thailand is the host country for the 74th edition Miss Universe contest, which is one place in Thailand you like to take your fellow contestants from the Miss Universe competition for one day. So let's say outside of Bangkok and Pattaya, because those two places are already scheduled. Outside those two, where would you like to take the contestants?
Wow. I mean, like, there's so many places that I want to take, like, my friends or Miss Universe fellow too. But if I could choose only one place, it could be a not famous province. And I want it to be a preserving tourism, because if you only go to like beautiful beaches like Phuket or Krabi, then you wouldn't be able to learn the literal culture or how Thai people live. If you go to, for example, like Uthai Thani is just like a small province that not so many people know, even like Thai people. If you go there and see how we really live the life culturally, maybe it could create the empathy or the sympathy to happen in the hearts of the diversity of like, the contestants from around the world. You may learn the new cultures that you don't think you might learn. You may see that humans also do this in their lives, or like maybe the beliefs, how they go to the temples, how they like cook food for their family, to be able to live the life as a local. I think it's a really beautiful thing, and not only just for Thailand. In the future host countries, I don't know like where it could be, you can also do this, like the preserving tourism to understand the roots of the culture, the roots of the people of the country. I think it's the most beautiful thing that we should take like more awareness or importance to that. Yes.
Yeah. I agree with you. And a fun fact, Angfa Waraha, Miss Grand Thailand, is from Uthai Thani.
Oh,
so
yes.
I saw it because when I was going from Bangkok coming to like this place, I saw a huge billboard of Angfa saying like welcome, like it's like a homecoming. Like when she won
really?
Miss Grand Thailand, I was like, wow, I had no idea like she's from here. Like it was like in between. It was like I was like traveling, and I was like, oh, I didn't know she was from here. I thought she's from Bangkok. So like that's an interesting fact. People who do not know. Yeah.
I have family in Uthai Thani. I mean, like my grandfather is from Uthai Thani.
So you have
and I went there.
Yeah,
I went there when I was a kid, and Uthai Thani is not really developed.
Not famous. Right. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's not a famous, not developed city. To be honest, it's very virgin for me. There is no department store. There is no international school. There is no like facility. To be honest, they are only like rice fields, river, temples. Temple is the most developed thing in Thailand, to be honest.
Hopefully we see it, like with you being a part of Miss Universe Thailand. Hopefully we see more development. Hopefully, like international schools or good facilities happening in Thailand, because it's literally in the middle of Thailand, right? It's like right in the middle. It's not like north. It's not like south. Yeah. So, what leadership qualities do you believe are essential to be a great beauty queen?
Encouraging people around you to do things on their own, like positively, because leadership is not about like forcing people to do like what you want them to do. It's not about like pressuring them to succeed, but it's about like encouraging, empowering people around you to be able to do things positively and, like moving forward. Positive leadership is something really important, when it comes to like beauty pageant. For example, like if you're just a candidate and you have to compete with like other 76 provinces, but if you just like want to be the leader, to stand out, so like you pressure up or oppress other people down, then it would not look good for you, and it would not create a positive impact for the environment that you live in. So like, what about like, put the right man to the right job, like for example, like if your friend is good at performance, you give applause for them, like send this person to that campaign or whatever. Like, or for example, I'm better at speech. Maybe like I can be, like the representative of like other girls who like speak up for our organization or something like that. It's just like a teamwork or a group work that we can work together. And that is the definition of the leadership that I think that beauty pageantry should have. Yes.
Right. I think being a beauty queen is all about being an ambassador for the organization, the country you're representing. So I think having a healthy diplomacy and also having optimism is extremely important. So like how you present yourself says a lot about the people around you, the team behind you, right? So I think it's really important to be positive. And I think Miss Nawat, you need to have good behavior as well, because if you're someone who is going to be professional and up to date and make sure that you uphold the responsibility of the title, I think it's extremely important. So I think those are few of the qualities to be a great beauty queen, alongside, of course, leadership skills. So we've almost come to the end. I have 5 more questions. So this might be a good one because you kind of touched on it a little bit. So describe a moment, a challenging moment, where you have experienced failure before, and how did it help you to grow as a person?
Oh my God. Actually, like I have experienced so many failures in my life. It could be like the time that I could not... It could be the time that I could not like afford the medical bills for my family. people might say that this is the responsibility for my family and stuff like that, but it's undeniable that I am the daughter of the family. I am the bigger sister of the family. This is the responsibility that I take deeply into my heart. And I feel like this is the biggest failure, that I cannot afford the medical bills for my family. It's just like, it's almost a shame in my heart, And the thing that I can get past through is just like focus on the present, what we can do now. Now we know that the problem is that thing. And now, what are the privileges that I have right now to make it past that, or to create, monetize, like my abilities, my privileges, to make it happen. So apart from like setting aside the sadness behind and moving forward, doing the things that you can do. So like at the time, I just like, sell my personal stuff. I mean, like makeup and stuff like that, because I'm an influencer as well. Or just like offering packages for sponsors or like the brands at a lower price, because I want to keep it the volume so that I can just afford the bills and utilize all the skills that I have like in one day. So I made it happen. If you just worry too much, like, why I cannot do that? Why do I have to be like this? Then it doesn't take you anywhere. You can feel sad. You can feel the failure as a human, because like, even though like you work 9 to 5, you live your life as best as you can, but there will always be that mistake or like that hard time of your life to test you, how you can like improve or like upgrade to another version of a human, so like just take it as a game, and you will have to pass this chapter in your life, and that's it. And I think that no matter what I face, the failures or whatever in life that may take my heart down, I would not take it personally. I would just take it as a game. Yeah.
So it was a learning experience for you to be more mature, and with time, maturity helped you to be more responsible. And you should be very proud of yourself as a daughter, to help your family when, in terms of need, they were there to be financially support. So I think that's really brave of you to share that. Fun fact about me was, like, when I was 7, I broke my leg. It's a bit funny, actually, if you share this story. So I broke my right side of my leg because I'm just very cheeky. I'm very naughty as a child. I'm still quite mischievous. And I was like running around the bushes. So I fell. So I broke my right leg. And 2 years later, I broke the same leg again. But so it's quite stupid, right? But even after that, like, I'm actually an athlete. So like I like to run, and I run a lot. I do like marathons and stuff. So even though like I broke my leg twice on the same side, it was not a setback. Like I'm running. I'm still quite active. I do like running, jogging like 2 hours a day. I'm very, like, you can see I'm quite tan. Like, there's a reason behind it. It's because I'm always in the sun. So like, heavy weather doesn't really affect me. And even though I had like my leg was paralyzed for like at least like 6 months, I could not walk properly. It is still like, I'm still like out there doing my thing. So like, I think that's a good thing.
Keep going.
People, regardless. Even if you broke it twice,
No more third time.
Yeah, no more third time.
For you.
That's enough. That's enough. Yeah. So if you could have a fun, well, it could be inspirational, conversation with an inspirational woman, living or dead, who would you choose? And
it could be Lisa. I mean, I don't want to be like cliche.
You have met her, right? Like during the filming for White Lotus. Why not? I mean, it's not like she's a complete stranger. Yeah.
I want to talk to her because, you know what? Her story is very inspiring.
Right.
She's from Buriram.
Yes.
Okay. She's from Buriram, and then she moved to Bangkok, and she's full Thai. But she made herself so far. How? I just want to know. I know that she's very ambitious. Her family support her well. But as a person, you cannot just like go far only with like the help of the people around you, but it must come from you within as well. I want to know like the mentality of her, how she like handle from like rising up to the stars, and how can she like handle all the negative comments or like the negativity around her, and she still shines. And right now she's like at the top as a person, as a human. And it's just like very amusing for me, and I want to know. So like it's just like, Lisa, tell me about it. Tell me all about it. How can you handle it? Please. Just tips of living life. Yeah.
I'm
like
with
that.
you. I think just being a Thai girl from like, the countryside, like she's from the Buriram, which is like literally in the middle of nowhere. It's quite far from Bangkok, but her to be able to go to Seoul, South Korea as a child, as a teenager, and make a name for herself and make Thailand proud. And like I think she's at the moment one of the most influential celebrities around the world, not just in Thailand. Around the world, people take her as inspiration. Why should you be the next Miss Universe Thailand 2025?
To be Miss Universe Thailand is not about like how beautiful you are, but it's about how you can create changes to happen. And I believe that I am the person who can do it well, like from my past experience or like from my works that I got invited to. So like many events alongside with the politicians of Thailand. So if I get to be Miss Universe Thailand, definition of beauty queen in Thailand, that I can speak and literally do something for our society. And I think that is the greatest quality that Mr. Nawat is seeking for right now. Yes.
The new era of Miss Universe Thailand, like literally, it's like a changing the standard of Thailand. That I think that's fantastic. So yeah, we've come to the end. It was really fun talking to you, Ginger. So is there any message that I would like to give to your supporters, the viewers of this interview? Please say right now.
Okay, I mean, like, thank you so much. First off, like, to you for like having me in this interview. It means like the whole world to me to be recognized. And I just want to like tell everyone who's still watching right now that thank you for your time so much for hearing my story, listening to my stories. And I just hope that you guys will be able to support me during this journey of Miss Universe Thailand 25. And don't forget me, I am Chutikarn Suwannakote, Miss Universe Surat Thani. So I just want you guys to just like enjoy the journey with me. And of course, if you have any comments or like constructive comments or like advice, please DM me. I'm very open because I believe that I'm not running only for myself or Surat Thani, but I'm running for our humankind as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and please.
It was really fun talking to you. I mean, I've watched your pageant, Miss Fabulous International. I was like, who is this girl? Like, she's from Thailand. She is quite small, but like she's so feisty. She has such great energy on the stage. I was like, I want to know more about her. And you joined Miss Universe Thailand. So I was like, this is a great opportunity. Like, I wanted you to go even more to competitions. And I'm sure just being a part of the Brian Tan, he is a fabulous person. Like, just over the top. I love how he carries himself. I'm sure he has kind of given you a little bit of his energy and like confidence too, which hopefully we get to see that in the Miss Universe Thailand. So just give me the dates. When is the finals for Miss Universe Thailand so people could watch you in the finals?
23rd August.
So about 23rd August. About 2 months from now, right? Today is the 6th of July.
A month and weeks,
yeah. Just over a month. So make sure to go follow her on the social media you can see on the screen and just give her love and support to the Miss Universe Surat Thani and hopefully the first of a new era of Miss Universe Thailand 2025. So guys, if you enjoyed watching our interview, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow both of us on our social media and see you soon. You have to do a second interview after you win the Miss Universe Thailand, okay? So you have to say second interview after MVP.
So yeah,
Just fabulous talking to you. So see you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.